Winona Ryder forged her early career out of playing troubled young women in films like Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands and Girl Interrupted. Her fragile beauty and doleful eyes helped create the image of vulnerability and confusion. Once mistaken for a boy at school, her androgynous charms captured the heart of her Edward Scissorhands co-star Johnny Depp. During their 3-year engagement, Johnny had the words "Winona Forever" tattooed on his arm. Around the time of their split, Winona's compassion was awoken by the plight of the Class family, who lived in the town of Petaluma, where she grew up. Their 12-year-old daughter, Polly, had been kidnapped, and Winona offered a reward of $200,000 for her return. She was devastated when Polly was eventually found murdered, and dedicated her performance in the 1994 adaptation of Little Women to her. Winona bounced back from the tragedy and her split from Johnny, and went on to star in many more major movies throughout the 1990s. But in December 2001, her friends and fans were left scratching their heads when the 30-year-old actress was arrested for shoplifting $5,500 worth of clothes and accessories from Saks Fifth Avenue department store in Beverly Hills.
The security officers observed both visually and by video Ms. Ryder to remove sensormatic tags, which are the security tags that are affixed to the clothing items, and place the items in a bag that she had, and then she was observed to leave the store without paying for the items.
What happened next was even more shocking. The prosecution, determined to make an example of her, insisted the trial be televised, and in the paparazzi's crush to get the first pictures, Winona ended up suffering a fractured elbow. In another demonstration of the district attorney's might, she was denied the opportunity to enter a no-contest plea on misdemeanor charges. In the end, she was convicted of grand theft and vandalism and sentenced to 3 years probation and 480 hours of community service. But in 2004, the charges were reviewed and the felonies were reduced to misdemeanors. She was offered the lead in Woody Allen's 2003 film Melinda and Melinda, but like Robert Downey Jr., she was considered too much of an insurance risk by the producers and had to be dropped. Coincidentally, she was cast alongside Robert again 3 years later in the Richard Linklater film A Scanner Darkly. Having eased her way onto the comeback trail, she signed up for 3 more roles in 2007, including The 10, a comedy about the 10 Commandments. Making no reference to Winona's failure to abide by commandment number 8, director David Wayne waxed biblical about his leading lady.
Obviously, if you're a guy my age, you worshipped Winona Ryder growing up. She was our woman of fantasy. Then here I am directing her. She couldn't be sweeter, and she's awesome in the movie.